to Russia, and the talks we have held today is the great sign that Russian-Malaysian relations are on the uprise. They are successfully and consistently developing, and both parties are sincerely interested in seeing this cooperation becoming more substantive and more productive. And we have all the necessary preconditions for that. Russia and Malaysia are connected by many years of friendship and mutual understanding. We have always strived to regard the interests of each other, to work as partners to develop relations based on mutual respect and mutual benefit. It is in this key our countries maintain regular political contacts. We carry out coordination between our foreign ministries, other ministries, security councils, and special services. We actively develop interparliamentary and inter-regional contacts, and I would like to say that Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is making a big personal contribution towards development of Russian-Malaysian equal partnership and its economic dimension. First of all, I would like to remind you that last year he attended as a guest of honor the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok, and tomorrow he will travel to Tatarstan, where he will participate in the International Economic Forum Russia-Islamic World in Kazan. But coming back to our today's conversation, I would like to emphasize that we discuss entire array of our bilateral cooperation and also urgent matters of the global agenda. And we have come up with plans to strengthen Russian-Malaysian cooperation in the near future, and we prioritized and focused on the development of trade and investment cooperation. After the year 2024, the trade turnover between Russia and Malaysia exceeded $3.2 billion. The Intergovernmental Economic Commission is also working actively. We agree that its next session is going to take place in the autumn in Malaysia. The key area of bilateral cooperation between our countries is energy. Malaysian petroleum concern is a part of the Rosneft investment package, and Gazprom also developing relations with this company. Our country is supplying significant amounts of oil products and coal to the Malaysian market. We see it promising to develop joint projects in gas and in peaceful use of nuclear energy. In Malaysia, plant to produce synthetic rubbers is operating efficiently. It was built with Russian assistance. And the mineral fertilizers are also supplied for the Malaysian agriculture industry from Russia. We are enhancing Russian wheat supplies to Malaysia, and our producers are interested in enhancing high-quality meat and products and dairy to Malaysia that would correspond to the halal standard. We also cooperate in the cultural and humanitarian fields. We regularly hold joint movie festivals, concerts, exhibitions. Russia assists Malaysia in training highly qualified personnel. Currently, some 700 Malaysian nationals are receiving education in our country, including via the state-funded scholarships. Between our universities, we have more than 80 agreements on scientific cooperation and academic exchanges. Diplomas of the Russian universities are recognized by Malaysian employers without any additional exams. In Malaysia, they pay a lot of attention to teaching Russian language. It is currently being taught at the Aviation Technology Malaysian Institute under the joint program with the Russian educational institutions, and also it is being taught in the oldest University of Malaysia. We're also enhancing tourist exchanges. Malaysia is becoming more and more popular as a tourist destination for the Russian nationals. We are developing possibility on launching direct flights between our states, which will help us to enhance our humanitarian and business context. The discussion about regional and global issues show that our positions in this regard are very close or overlapping. We stand for the supremacy of international law, sovereignty, and non-interference into domestic affairs. We coordinate our efforts on the key multilateral platforms, including the UN. Last year, when Russia presided over BRICS, we introduced a new category of partner states, and Malaysia, among other countries, received an invitation to join BRICS activities in this capacity. We are happy that our Malaysian friends accepted this invitation, and we will do everything to make sure that Malaysia quickly and organically joined the activities of all the partnership mechanisms within BRICS. We also discussed in detail all the matters related to the peaceful and development of the Asian Pacific region. Considering that Malaysia is currently chairing over the ASEAN organization, we also discussed prospects for the further development of the dialogue between these international organizations and Russia. In conclusion, I would like to commend the results of our joint effort today, our joint effort with Mr. Anwar. He is going to continue his visit to Russia. As I've mentioned, tomorrow he is going to travel to the Republic of Tatarstan. I'm convinced that this busy visit by Prime Minister will help us to bolster the Russian-Malaysian partnership for the benefit of our countries. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation. And on behalf of my delegation, I would express my profound appreciation and thanks to the wonderful hospitality of this great country with a great history, civilization, culture and the arts, and a history of enduring struggle of the people who believe in dignity and independence. I've said this to President Putin, that my admiration extends beyond diplomatic engagements, but because of my understanding of the history and culture and the great contribution in the field of literature and the arts and the ballet, which I happen to miss because of the hectic schedule. We have had extensive discussions from the morning, and then later move with the Prime Minister, and finally, of course, with the President and his team, and covering a wide spectrum of issues, from education to agriculture and food security, to agri-commodities, science technology, cybersecurity, energy defense, among others. That shows that our commitment to enhance bilateral relations beyond what we have achieved thus far. It's true, the President has stated in such clarity that the relations has been good, but the potential for investments, trade and collaboration need to be further enhanced, and that's precisely the reason why I choose to come first to Vladivostok as his guest and now to Moscow and Kazan. And the joint commissions, various committees, including oil and gas, petrochemicals, has to then ensure that affect these changes and take the necessary action speedily. Of course, we would appreciate this increasing support in terms of training, aerospace, STI, and TVET, digital, AI, which the President and the team has been extremely kind to regard us as a trusted friend and a country that they can place a lot of support. And I think at this stage of development, however vigorous in semiconductor AI fields, we would certainly want to collaborate with the Russian Federation to enhance this. There was some outstanding issues due to geopolitical dictates, but we have taken a position of centrality in Malaysia and ASEAN to decide for ourselves what's best for Malaysia and its people. And therefore, we would like to request and suggest that the Russian airlines, including Aeroflot, to resume direct flight route to Malaysia as soon as possible. And thank you again, President, for the support for our entry into BRICS. I recall from friends from China to Ethiopia, South Africa, saying that you made that initial proposal, and we Malaysians admire and, of course, appreciate very much. We did discuss a number of international issues. We are firm on these multilateral arrangements, based on rule-based multilateral arrangements, and therefore we have to proceed based on that principle. We do not accept unilateral action of countries because it would disrupt the arrangements and the peace and security of our region and the world. So I again, President Putin, want to assure you that Malaysia places a lot of not only expectations, but hope that this sort of a special relationship with the Russian Federation would be affected through meaningful exchanges and programs. I, on behalf of the government and the people, of course, would wish and would think it is a major and great, I should say, prize for the people of Malaysia if you can have President Putin in Malaysia as soon as possible, or the latest at the East Asian Summit during ASEAN in October. But I can assure you that your presence in Malaysia will be a major breakthrough, not only in relationship with Malaysia, but the region, because I believe many people in the region have very high respects and expectations of your role and your leadership.
Спасибо большое, уважаемый господин премьер.
Thank you very much, esteemed Prime Minister. I'd like to thank you for this visit. It was very productive. It is not over for you yet, even though since early in the morning today you had a lot of meetings in the government, and here we exchanged a lot of information, shared a lot of opinions. This is true. We have had very warm, very trust-based relations, and Mr. Prime Minister mentioned that he's interested in history and culture of Russia, and we appreciate this a lot as well. And I have just told Mr. Prime Minister what St. Andrew's Hall is. There are 3 thrones there, and I asked Prime Minister, so there are 3 thrones. One of them is for the Tsar, the second one is for his wife, and what do you think, the 3rd throne, what is it for? Who is it for? And without even thinking, Prime Minister said for the second wife. I hope he is not angry at me for saying these things. But this is an answer of a true Muslim, of a true representative of Islamic culture. I have to say that our traditional values maybe are not the same, but the exchange of information is always useful for both parties. Thank you very much.
I have to respond. I only have one wife, Mr. President. But I failed because the President actually tested me, and it's a trick. He asked me, there's 3 chairs in the throat, if you see. So which one on the right? I said, of course, the wife. On the left, I said, the second wife. You see, then I failed in the test. The second one on the left is the mother.
А вот второй трон для мамы.
Yes, the second throne is for mother, but exchanging information is always useful. Thank you.